All right. Yes, I missed yesterday's upload and what was it? Saturdays? Something like that. But the reason for that is I had midterms. But anyways, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about Battlefield's issues. And since I now have I want to say, yeah, I have 120 hours on this game. So I think it's safe to say that I know what I'm talking about at this point. But anyways, before I go into this, as I said before, I think this game is amazing. It's one of the best shooter games that we've had in a long time. When it comes to Battlefield, we always know that, launches have never been good. This has been pretty much the best launch we've had in a long time as well. But it has a lot of issues, and I will get into those right now. So let's start with like classes and weapons. Class balancing just feels off. Ever since they started giving support healing instead of assault, I've always found there to be an imbalance, which that can be said, about assault being imbalanced before when it had some of the best weapons and also had healing. But now we're seeing that, well, support is now kind of the go-to. Support, unfortunately, just kind of has an issue where there's really no other class that you would want to choose unless you want to use a specific weapon, like a sniper rifle or an SMG, if you want to take out tanks. Support right now, with how healing works, that is one of my biggest issues with this game, is the healing, the suppression mechanic. It's cool, but it's almost too effective. And sometimes you'll be sitting there waiting like 10 seconds to get healed. So if you run support, you don't have to deal with that because you have the supply pack and you have the supply pouch, which also heals you. I won't get too much into it, but weapon balancing. There's a couple weapons in this game right now that just completely dumpster on all the other ones. That being the TR7, this weapon is completely broken. It needs a nerf immediately. The SGX. I think these two weapons need to be looked at a little bit right now because their TTK is too fast compared to the rest of the weapons. I understand that the TR7 is basically this game's FAMAS from Battlefield 4, and then, a couple other weapons from previous games, where it is that classic super high fast TTK, high damage, high fire rate weapon, but it has a bunch of recoil and it's pretty hard to control, beyond 20-30 meters. But since most of the engagements in this game are that close, unless you're, fighting someone who's sniping, it's pretty broken. SGX is just kind of a laser beam for an SMG, and it also has an insane high fire rate and high TTK. So just another issue. I almost wanted to put the MP5 on this list too, because yes, it doesn't have like a stupid high fire rate or high TTK, but it's a laser beam. It's like pretty much the most accurate weapon I've used so far. I don't really know if that makes it a broken weapon per se. So, and then something that might upset a lot of people, shotguns. I know shotguns in Battlefield have always been pretty crazy, but they just feel a little too strong in this game. The way I would nerf them is, I know this is classic, video game nonsense where you make shotguns limited range, but these shotguns need to be limited range. They're too strong. The M87 basically one-shots you from like 15 plus meters, which is just absurd. The M10, sometimes you have to shoot him twice, but most of the time if you hit all the pellets, it's also a one-shot. It has a faster reload and it's semi, so also disgusting. And then another thing, sniper rifles. Sniper rifles are really strong in this game. Dare I say too strong. These snipers in this game specifically have had the fastest velocity I've used in a while. Now, I didn't play 2042 sniping, so I can't tell you if that's from that game, but the velocity on these snipers are crazy. And it makes them kind of feel like hit scan at certain ranges. And I mean, you tie that in with the pretty forgiving one-shot chest shot at certain ranges, and they're pretty strong. They're really, really strong. But I wouldn't necessarily say they totally need a nerf. I think if you just kind of give the one-shot chest shot a little bit of a tighter window, then I think they'd be fine. Now that I have that out of the way, like I said, it's not the biggest issue of this game. It's pretty easy to fix, and it's nothing really new with this series. So the vehicles in this game right now are super unfinished. You're missing a lot of the abilities that they had from other games. I do not think tanks, main battle tanks, should have aim guided shells. I think that's broken. This vehicle right here, the main battle tank, is probably the most finished out of all of them. For instance, these main weapons are pretty normal, but it is missing the projectile interference ability. So you're kind of just stuck using thermal blocking, which I'm assuming that's something that they actually did on purpose to not make it as strong as the other one, but it kind of makes this vehicle obsolete due to the fact that, yes, it is pretty good against infantry with its main weapon, but you could just use this and you have the same aim guided ability with more HP and projectile intercept. So it's just not that good. I mean, light transport. Anti-air. I haven't used this thing, and that is because in the beta I used it and it is terrible, and it is still terrible. This vehicle is pretty much unusable. I have not seen a single person in this vehicle once because it is that bad. So please change it. Just bring back the original like fire rate main weapon from the other games. Yes, I know it was strong, but it's strong for a reason. The attack helo also super unfinished. We don't get the secondary flares, like the anti-thermal smoke, but for the air. I forget what it's called, but we don't get that, so we just get the shitty flares. And due to the fact that there's a couple vehicles and a couple launchers in this game, combined with the marking system, where it will just go right through your flares and kill you. So, good job. Makes the air vehicles pretty obsolete besides the jets. The jets in this game are extremely strong, but yeah, just a lot of missing abilities, and a lot of abilities that are simply just useless, like this. This is terrible. Air radar doesn't even work in this game, so radar system, you're usually just gonna want to run heavy warheads or improved armor. And then gunner, no TV missile. So you're kind of just stuck using the autocannon that also feels super weird in this game, but it is still good. Just go to jets. Jets are super strong in this game, which is good, but they don't have any customization. So what's up with that? Just more missing content on launch, which is really weird because I don't remember that being a thing ever. Alright, I'm not gonna yap about this too much, but the campaign is terrible. It's a complete afterthought. I'm still not finished with it, but I will say this. I tried playing it on like a somewhat difficult difficulty, and the game was so frustrating, not because it was hard, but because it kept glitching out and getting stuck on missions, and it's just so clunky, to where I just lowered it to the easiest difficulty so I can start speed running through these challenges, because it's just so boring. So enjoy some of these slop clips from the campaign. Feels like I'm back in 2010. This thing's getting blown up. Oh. Oh my god, that looked bad. She's always tweaking with her eyeballs, though, for whatever reason. A little bit of a tweaker.
Understood.
That is fucking horrific.
Oh, God.
Why are the rockets pointed that way? They're supposed to go like... Why they like flaccid, man? What the fuck is that? Look at that shit. See if that one goes off correctly at least. Oh, that one's coming towards me. And that was delayed. Good shit, Battlefield.
We saved a lot of lives.
Yeah, and all your wounds are superficial, so you're gonna be okay.
His neck just broke.
Aside from whatever you picked up swimming in the East River.
You should see the one we got away.
His eyes are pointing all the way to the right.
They want to take him to the fob over at Fulton.
Holy fuck.
Fine. We're headed there now.
Roger that.
Headed there in...
Oh.
Our little bird got totaled. That was our ride right there.
Yo.
Pretty sure Pax just ditched that.
Oh.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
if it runs,
Oh.
we're in business.
Yo, everyone hit some vent on the way over here. Holy shit.
I'm wrong. Whoa, friendlies! Friendlies. That's gotta be Dagger. They're clear! Get going. Stairs. Shit.
Fucking drone strikes, are we dead ass? Run, run! Fuck.
They're gone.
Dude, look how fucking fast they are! Holy shit! My game is currently stuck, and I cannot progress this mission. Fuck yes. And at the checkpoint, I restarted it, and I still couldn't get it to progress. What ended up happening was there's a vehicle all the way at the end of the road that gets stuck. The AI gets stuck and gets stuck all the way at the end of the road. And if you do not kill it before progressing up here, it'll despawn and you cannot finish the mission. At least that's what ended up happening to me. All right. Once again, I am stuck. So we're gonna restart it again. Hell yes.